Okay, cool. So yeah, if you need anything, just drop me a message. I'll put the chat up there so you can see it. So we're going to begin. So lots of forward bending today. If there's any poses that you're like, oh God, do you know what? This just doesn't feel good today, or I'm a little bit tired or depleted of energy, I'm going to give you lots of options. So you can just take it, make it as hard or as easy as you want. So let's come down onto the belly and just taking a moment to relax your forehead down on your forearms. And I want you to let your belly relax into the ground. So Kurmasana, as it's called in Sanskrit, means tortoise pose. And the tortoise is all about kind of inward reflection, coming into how we're feeling, switching off from our thoughts and our day-to-day brain. That place of observation and kind of quiet. So whatever's been going on for you today, try to let go of it, get it down into the earth. Any stress or tension that you're holding in your stomach, in your hips, in your legs, or indeed anywhere in your imagine stuff. Space where the front of the brain, where it's always chatter and static and narrative and distraction. Just be in this moment right now and just be with the sensation and let your body guide you into what you need. And if you have any intentions for the practice today, now's a great time to set them. Maybe you need to let go of something, or you could just do with some cleansing. Maybe this towards certain state of mind. And just allowing the breath to deepen as you notice the belly expand into the ground. For just a couple more breaths, set your intention you'd like to focus on in this practice today. Try to let go of everything else. Let go of the day on this next exhalation. And we'll begin with just a little softening of the hips. So just want you to very gently roll your hips side to side. So you're not even really lifting off the floor. You're just giving them a little wobble. Wobble is probably a better word, actually. Just kind of wobbling out any tension in the hip flexors or in the glutes or the lower back. You might also notice there is a tension there where you're holding. Maybe you can just give it to the ground, get it down into the earth, for that tension and that energy to be recycled. And then slide the hands back under the shoulders, tuck the elbows into the waist. And this first little exercise is just kind of like a functional exercise to see what the hips are feeling. So I want you to bend your right knee and then slide your right knee out to the side in line with your right hip. And then, so it's a bit like tree frog, but with the hands a little bit further back. And then release back into straight leg with your right knee bent, which was a contradiction, I'm aware. So, so the right leg comes back in and then straighten the leg. Then bend the right knee again and slide the right knee out. So you've got this little, like a little inner thigh stretch. See how that feels? Don't strain your neck, so make sure you're not straining your neck to see me. I'll try and explain things better. This humidity, I'm not going to lie, is frying my brain. And then straighten the right leg out again. Let's do one more. This time you're going to bend the right knee, slide the right knee out to the side in line with the hip, and see if you can work it a little bit further away from your body so you get a little bit of an inner thigh stretch. Now straighten the right leg out. So you probably can't see my foot there, but basically, I'm going to see if I can bring my right foot as high up towards my hip as I can. Straightening the legs, see if you can bring the sole of the foot to the ground. If I move a little bit further away. So the sole of the foot presses down. So you want to point your toes in the direction that you're facing. And see if you can engage a little bit the inside of your hip. Press the blade of the foot down. And your knee should be lifting off the floor. Does that make sense? So you want to lift up, look down. And just for a moment, engage with Mula Bandha, which is the pelvic floor. I'm aware, Ashka, you might be putting feet on someone else's mat. Luckily, we're all friends. So just feel that activation And then let's soften. So you're bending the knee, slide the right foot back in, and then come back to the start position. Right knee to left knee, straighten the right leg. Let's do the other side. So bend the left knee, slide the left knee out, have a little look over if you want. See what that feels like in your inner left hip. And then release back to straight leg, left knee meets right knee, and then straighten the left leg back out. More down. So just bending, externally rotating the hip out to the side, bringing the knee up towards you, softening the inside of your hip down, and then slide the left knee back, left knee comes to right knee, and then straighten it back out. Let's just do one more time. So just observing the hips and what they're feeling. The hips hold a lot of emotional stress, so just be really gentle with them today. If they're super tight, don't force or push. Now on this round, you're going to straighten that left leg out. So have a look at your left toes. Now you want the sole of the foot, so the footprint, to be on the ground. So try to press down the blade of the foot, and you want your toes to be pointing in the same direction that your head is pointing. And then, but just as best you can, press through the outer edge of the leg. You might notice that stretch in your ankle. Just watch your ankle there, you might be feeling this. And then lift up a little bit through the pelvic floor. So right in the bottom of your pelvis, there's a lot of muscle and tissue that you can lift, and really under energetic lift, or lock, as it's called in Sanskrit, is this kind of enhancer of buoyancy, lightness, and energizing for your body. So just practice for one breath, just lifting the pelvic floor, and feel the energy of your pelvis getting a little lighter. And then let's release the sole of the foot, bend the left knee, come back to the start position by sliding the left knee in. And then let's take a little cobra. So you can take your fingertips a bit wider. You know me, I love a rolling cobra. You can take your elbows wide, fingertips a bit back. You can let your head drop down onto the mat. Just do a couple of shoulder rolls. So your shoulders go up, back, and down, working out any tension in your shoulders. And the next inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears, and then slide them back and down, and come up into a gentle cobra, just using a kind of press into the mat. Make sure your neck feels nice and free. And then as you press back to child's pose, bring your hands a little closer and touch your toes and take your knees nice and wide. And just kind of melt the sacrum back so your lower back is soft, and you might give your hips a little sway from side to side. A creative license today. You feel like your lower back is tight, or you need to take a break in this pose. At any point, please feel free. Everyone's going to be in different places, and that's why the options are really important to take. It's, for us, for me and Sherry, it's the middle of the day. For you guys, it's the evening. So if you need to go a little calmer, take the calmer options. Now let's slide the hands into the knees, and we're going to do everybody's favorite pose, especially Mark broken toe. Pull your toes under. It's not for very long though, luckily, because it's not yin. It's quite, it's a little bit less time. So, but I have to say, because we're doing loads of forward bending today, this is going to really help open up the body. So let's interlace the fingers and just give the wrists a little roll as well. So you're just figurating the wrists. I've already got a sweat moustache phase. I'm going to pass out over it. Oh God, I don't know if I could live in this humidity all the time. I suppose you get used to it, really. Anyway, so little roll of the shoulders, little stretch of the toes, or a big stretch of the toes, just depending on how it feels. And then open out the palms in front of you with your fingers interlaced. Just gently sort of pump the finger joints, the knuckles. See if you can press them very gently to open out the hands. Try straightening the elbows, and then let's take a breath in, press the palms to the sky. Sorry, nog. Nice big breath in, lifting the ribs from the hips. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands back forward. See if you can round your upper back just for one more breath. See if you can pull the hands away from the heart, drop the chin, expand the shoulder blades, and release your toes as much as you can bear. Let's release the hands down to the floor, tops of the toes on the floor now. I'm going to do this next bit with you. So you can always sit on a block if your ankles are stiff. This bit, we're going to take the arms out to the side. On the inhale, take the right arm up, left arm down. On the exhale, try it as if you're going to do cow face arms. You don't need to connect the fingertips. And then inhale, windmill the arms out. Now the left arm goes up, right arm is under. And then imagine you're just about to try and connect the hands. Then the next inhale rolls in. You breathe in, circle the arms up. So just feel that rotation in the shoulder joint. And really important here is just to sit up straight. I'll do it using the side. So you don't need to worry about how deep into this you're going. So as you rotate externally left and internally right, You're not worrying too much about whether the hands are connecting or not. That's why I quite like this variation. So you're just feeling the stretch, sitting up straight, lifting up the chest, lengthening the neck. And then we'll just take one more, maybe a little bit slower. Use this exercise to slow your breath down. So nice big breath in. And whichever side is up and whichever side is down, just take a nice long exhale to go deeper. So you can feel a little bit more of the shoulder on that bottom arm, a bit more of the armpit and the tricep on the top arm. And then again, nice slow inhale, switching sides. And that rotation. Cow face arms is incredible because it stretches both sides of the shoulder joint and internally into the shoulder joint. Let's release the arms out to the side, bring them down in front of you, and let's come out of ankle stretch. And just you can give the ankles and the toes a little wiggle here if you felt that. Let's curl the toes under. We're going to go between cow and dog now, or apparently they also call this dog in Mexico, so it's between dog and dog. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, drop the belly, take a little back bend, and then exhale back into dog. Downward facing dog, so pressing the hips back, pressing the mat forward, and then again coming back down to the knees. So this is, we'll call this chilling dog, or a dog that's just had a big bowl of food, so its belly's hanging out. And then the stretchy pose dog, where you're really pressing the hips back, tailbone lifts, head relaxes, looking between the feet, and really engaging with the hands. Let's just do two more. And these next two, try squeezing the ground with your fingertips, like you've got little claws, like a real dog. Push the ground forward and unwrap the joints of your lower back, of the knees, of the ankles, really feeling it. And then last one, nice big breath in. And then a nice big long exhale. And try hugging in the belly like we practiced. Just a little bit, finding your bandhas, Mula Bandha, the base of the spine, the root lock. Uddiyana Bandha is the belly button lifting up to the rib cage. And just visualizing this can give you a little bit more support. So take a couple of breaths in down dog and just pedal the feet a little bit. Feels good. You can sort of move the hips side to side. Most important really is just to get that space in your spine and engage with the ground so that things feel a little easier. The more we practice down dog, the stronger our arms get. So it's really worth doing. And think about the external rotation, a bit like the top half of your cow face arms. You're rolling the inner armpits to the sky, biceps to the sky, triceps tuck in towards the ground and towards your face. Now let's take a walk to the feet. So we're going to do a little forward fold here. A little forward fold at the back of the mat. And then we're just going to roll up and down. So bend your knees, tuck your tailbone. And I want you to do like a Pilates style roll up. So your tailbone tucks and you're stacking one vertebrae at a time. The head is hanging, the arms are hanging. And as you get up to standing, the head comes up. And then try a little rotation of the palms out, external rotation. And then let's go back down again. So tuck the chin. So see if you can, this is quite hard, I think. It's called articulating the spine. You're trying to move individual vertebrae. And it's not easy because a lot of your back will be a bit stiff in some areas. So it'll feel like some areas moving one big chunk, like a rusty bike chain. Just roll back up, push down through the feet. Nice and slow. See if you can imagine in your mind's eye, remember how important intention is. You're rolling through the joints. As you get all up to mountain pose, open your palms towards the direction you're facing. Find that space in your heart. Exhale, let's go back down. We'll go back down for keeps. Head goes first, chin tucks. Feel the back of your neck opening, shoulder blades. All the way down onto your hands. And then relax in forward bend. Take your version of forward bend. So you can just kind of bend and straighten the knees a little bit. You can sway and ragdoll, or you can have your hands on the floor, whatever feels better. Just give your hips a little wiggle. Maybe not as vigorously as with music, but I do love a bit of Talvin Singh now and again. And then let's walk forward back into downward facing dog. So take your time, have a little trot forward. As soon as you find that distance, and I'm sure you guys know where it is now, the balls of the feet are rooted, and then you're going to push back the hips towards the thighs. Now let's take a three-legged dog. Lift your right leg to the sky. Bend the right knee, tucking the heel to the tail. Let's see if we can open the front of the hips. So imagine like that little tree, sort of lying down tree we did at the start when the knee wings out. Look to the left, but keep pushing into both hands and breathe into the right side. On the exhale, see if you can take your right knee to your elbow, shifting into plank, right to the outside of the right hand. And let's have a little twist. Let the hips sink. Weight in the left hand, so I'm going the same way as you. Let your right arm open up to the sky. Breathe out. Whoa, I just got the biggest crack in my back. Wonderful. Right hand comes back down. I'm just going to go straight back to downward facing dog, right? So back to downward dog. So just push back. Open the back of the knees. Open the back of the heels. Open the soles of your feet. And then let's do the left side. Spread your hands out. Really see how wide apart you can get your fingers. Left leg floats up. Bend the knee. Now wing that knee out like tree pose to the side. Take the left foot over to the right. Looking your body to the left. Really engage with your right hand. See if you can feel that fantastic release. Breathing in deeply and then exhale, knee to elbow. Take your time to come forward. It's not a fast flow today. Left foot to outside the left hand. If your hips stiff, take your time. And then let's sink the hips a little bit. Squeeze the right thigh. Left arm opens up to the sky on the breath in. And then exhale, just opening your back to the sky again. So this nice rotation all the way up into your neck. Then let's take the left hand back down. And back into plank this time. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lower down onto your belly. Knees or toes, up to you. And then we do this very strange, I think, variation of cobra, which feels completely... I'm sweating so much, and I'm not even started yet. Palms out to the side, hands, palms down, elbows are straight. And we're going to do 3, so your arms are straight. It feels completely different from cobra. Look at the floor. Now, on the inhale, push the hands outwards as if you're trying to tear the floor in half. Do you know what I mean? So you're pushing the mat or the floor out to the sides and lift up your chest. Exhale, come back down again. So your elbows are straight. So you should feel like your upper back is kind of lifting. One more time, pushing outwards with the hands. Keep your elbows straight. So you won't be able to come up that high. Keep your hips relaxed, down on the floor, heavy, toes down. Exhale, release. One more time. This time, try pulling the mat in. So imagine you're trying to pull the earth in towards your chest. Feels different, right? Tuck your chin, look at the floor. So you feel your pecs switching on. Now, let's come back down. This time, we're going to come up, but the arms are going to lift. So palms face the floor and just hover above the ground. On the next breath in, rotate your palms to face the front, the direction your heart's lifting. Lift your ribs and see if you can rotate the palms all the way up, external rotation. So you're rolling your palms to the sky and your thumbs to the back. Now come back down, take an exhale. 2 more times like this. Option, if you want to make it a locust, you can lift your legs as well. Spill out your toes, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Don't forget to look down so your neck's chilling. This is brilliant for your back muscles. Exhale, rotate the palms down, relax. One more time. Now rotate the palms up to the sky and squeeze your shoulder blades together and really work the glutes, the hamstrings, the calves, middle of the back. One more inhale. And then exhale, relax. Take your hands under your head. Just give your hips a reshake out again. And then let's come into upward facing dog. So we'll slide the hands back, upward dog. Only the hands and feet are on the floor. The hands are a little bit back by the chest. So you want to hug your hands in close, elbows in close, like at the start. And then on the next inhale, push down into the hands and feet, squeeze the thighs, and then roll the inner elbows forward. You might even lift your nose to the sky as well, but just see how it feels, no pressure. Breath in, use your glutes, and then exhale back into downward dog. And then really ease the sacrum into that stretch, the lower back. So remember, focus on your bum and your sacrum rather than your legs when you're doing down dog. It will give you a much nicer downward facing dog. So one more exhale, draw the belly in, lengthen your lower back, and then have a little sneaky peek to the top of the mat. So if you look between your hands, bend your knees. Now you can have a little hop forward if you like, feeling adventurous. Or you can walk. It's fine to walk. Walking is fine. Take a half lift at the top of the mat. Take a nice big breath in. Just going to press the shins back or have the fingertips on the floor. And as you breathe out, deepen your forward bends. So let's have a go at gorilla. I love gorilla. Slide your You want to see if you can completely cover your feet with your hands. Your hands with your feet, I should say. And then use your toes to sort of massage. Is everything working all right? You doing okay? Everything good? Internet might be a bit dodged, but hopefully it's okay. All right, so get stuck into the upper body stretch. Get your elbows a little wiggle, get your wrists a little wiggle, maybe move your hips a little bit, but really deepen the knee bend. Today is a little bit of strength work for the legs, but remember, you can never work your legs too little. Too hard. I've got my humidity blowing on, guys. I apologize. Talking crap all the time. All right, let's really start this. Come up to standing nice and slowly when you're ready. Bend your knees, roll up nice and slowly. Take your hands to your lower back as you get to the top of the mat, also standing, and just gently kind of lean back. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then come back up to standing. Can you hear me okay? Has the internet been all right? Has it been okay? Yeah, sweet. Thanks, Ronnie. Okay, let's take the feet wide. Let's have our first malasana. So your feet are a little bit wider at the top of the mat. You're going to turn your toes out. This is one of those poses. Some people find it really hard. So you might want to have a block to hand. I'll just grab a block so I can show you. Take a breath in and stretch your arms to the sky. Bring your hands into prayer. And then when you sink down, push your knees wide. See how it goes to drop into malasana. So look, if you need to, you can have this block to hand. So we're going to do this pose quite a few times today. You can put a blanket under your heels. Bear in mind, the wider your feet, the easier it is to drop. And then you want to press your knees out nice and wide. Just see how this is feeling. I'm going to do some funny little crunches here. So I'll come to face you. So use your right hand to grab your left shin. I'll mirror you for this bit. Now make a fist with the left hand. On the breath in, pull on the left shin and pull the left elbow back to open your chest to the sky. Can you feel that? It's a little stretch in your back. And then exhale, release down. So your elbow comes down, look to the floor. Now again, breathing in. Pull on that left leg with the right hand and draw the left elbow as far back as you can. So it feels like you're switching up back muscles on. And then exhale, come back down. One more time. So you want to feel the stretch in your back. So gently pull on a shin. Open out your chest to the sky. Keep your neck nice and relaxed as well. And then let's release down to the floor and we'll do the other side. So now the left hand's going to grab the right shin. The right hand makes a little fist and then breathing in, pull on the shin and pull the right shoulder back now. So what do you feel when you do this? Exhale, release. This pose is pretty challenging for quite a lot of people for lots of different reasons. So it could be your ankles that are tight, could be your hips, could be your back. Personally, I love this pose for my back. So let's do one more. I want you to breathe in, open up, and just observe. Where am I feeling it? What's stopping me from really relaxing in this pose? If anything, hopefully nothing. And then let's come to the floor. Fingertips down. Now lift the heels a little bit. Spin them out. So you're coming into a slightly wider forward fold. And you can just let your head drop. Let the weight of the head relax a little bit through the neck. So for some reason I'm confusing myself by doing this today, but let's take the fingertips either side of your left foot. And then slide that left foot back. So now you should be in a wide lunge, you know. So your right foot's to the outside of your right hand. Splendid. Sorry, I don't know why I'm making this more confusing than it needs to be. Now inhale, open your chest and sink your hips a little bit. Option to bring the knee down. Exhale, straighten the right leg. So you got a little pyramid stretch. We're going to do 2 more of these. So again, take your time. Breathe in, sink the hips. So you're in a more chilled option, just bring the knee down. And then exhale. So it's like a wide half split. You can lift the ball of the foot if you want. Check out how you do not want to see my feet right now. One more breath. Never do you really want to see my feet, to be fair. Exhale back into your pyramid or your half split. Just feel the stretch. Lift up through Mula Bandha. And then bend into that right knee now. Vinyasa. That's going to be the first vinyasa. Why not? Step your feet back to plank on the inhale. Option knees or toes. Exhale. Use the belly muscles to carry you down. Now it's your choice of doing cobra or up dog. If you're feeling a cobra, just use your back muscles. Feel the back muscles nice and soft. And then roll back, downward facing dog. So let's do these first vinyasas. They really are good for warming up your body. As you come back to downward dog, find your fingertips. Really grip the ground with your fingertips. And then let's take the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Nice big breath in. Really push into both hands. And then exhale, take the right foot to the outside of the right knee. Squeeze your waist muscles and then bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Now let's take a little twist again. So right arm rises on the inhale. And then on the exhale, gentle rotation. Oh. Now let's take the right hand back down. Slide the left foot between the hands. And then let's take a forward bump, half lift. On the inhale, stretch your spine, open your chest. And exhale, just soften your knees, drape the spine over the legs. Really let the head hang with gravity. And then let's roll up to mountain pose. You can extend the arms to the sky this time. Feel good, palms above the head. Squeeze your glutes, your hamstrings, take a little lazy back bend, and then hands to the heart. Coming back to your intention, whatever that might be today. All right, let's go through another vinyasa. Let's sweep the arms up on the inhale. Feel the waist opening. On the exhale, you can swan dive or just bring the palms down the center line. Take the fingertips either side of your right foot now, and then step that right foot back. Really flying my brain with that for some reason today. It's only a small thing, but Inhale, open the chest, so a nice wide lizard lunge. Fingertips to the inside of the left foot. Exhale, pyramid. Remember, you can get the right knee down though, yeah? Excellent. Now be gentle with your body. If you're feeling it in your fingertips, you can use your fists or your palms flat. It's completely up to you. Always adjust it if it's not feeling great. Exhale, belly draws in, neck lengthens. Always listening to your neck. Mr. Neck gets a little tight now and again. Exhale, lift up through the belly so that you feel really buoyant and light in your hips, hopefully. Come down into the knee bend again, Vinyasa. Let's just do one more, and you can miss them out from now on if you want to. But just for now, take your plank. Feel really strong in plank, pushing into the hands. Exhale, really slowly lower down. Feel the strength of your arms. Now, if you want to do up dog, body lifts. Really good for strengthening your arms as well, up dog. Cobra strengthens your back a little bit more. And then down dog, lift the belly button. Think Pujana Bandha. The belly button rises up into the rib cage. Go over your toes, push into the hands, let your neck soften. And think about that movement in your shoulders. And then let's do left leg. It stretches up on the inhale, nice and soft. And as you breathe out, see if you can kiss that elbow with the left knee. So nice and slow with the movement, like last week, is going to give us more strength. Left foot steps to outside the left hand wide. Now the left arm floats to the sky. Nice and soft, and your belly draws in, and you find that space in your back. And then the left hand down. This time we're going to step into Malasana again. So again, get your block if you need it. Right foot a little wider than the right hand. And then let's sit down for round 2 of Malasana. So on this round, let's try a little stretch for the shoulder. So I'll do this bit with you. Take your right arm into the twist. So your left arm is kind of snuggled in. Remember, you can sit on the block, or you can even sit on the floor if your ankles are feeling it. Now try internally rotating that right shoulder. Roll the palm away from you, and then wrap it around your waist, like the bottom half of your cow face. That's a good sentence, that, isn't it? Like the bottom half of a cow face. What? Now look down at the left shoulder and get that fantastic stretch in your right shoulder. So you're really sort of nodding your chin a little bit. It should feel really rather nice. Oh, just feel nice. And look down, so if you look at your stomach, can you feel it? It should feel great. And then really engage the forearm into the upper thigh. Let's try the other side. Lift the right arm up. Bring it back down. Let's do the left side. So right elbow, right arm is snuggled to the inside of your right thigh. Just your feet if you need to. Now stretch the left arm up. And then roll the palm away. And then wrap it around the waist. And get that engagement of the forearm in the upper back. And then just look down at the right shoulder or at the stomach and get the trapezius stretch. So fantastic stretch for your trapezius muscles. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, let go of the tension between the shoulder and the ear. Again, your head's heavy, so if you can relax your neck muscles, you'll get the most wonderful release. After this next exhale, let's let the left arm creep back up. Hands to the floor, take a forward bend. So remember, just rock into the balls of the feet, lift your heels, and then take the weight back into the heels, and then let the head bow. Let's roll up to standing. Bend your knees, tuck your tailbone, sweep your arms up to the sky. Take a little gentle back bend, just squeezing the buns, and then bring your hands to your heart and Jali Mudra, back to your intention, and back to your body if you're wandering off. Now, this next bit, we're going to do some very simple deadlifts. We're going to turn this into something else later. So you should really pay attention to the movement. So you'll feel that hip apart. Pretty sure most of you have done a little deadlift. And if you haven't, they're pretty simple. Bend your knees so that you can see them in line with your toes. And then you just sort of hinge your hips back. Now, what you want to create on the way down is length in the back of your body, but with your knees bent. Now look, I'm lifting my tail, I'm lifting my chest, I'm sliding my fingers probably about halfway down my shins, just so you feel that stretch. And then when you come up, push the heels down, feel these hamstrings engaging. So your glutes and your hamstring are lifting you up. Let's go again. Oh my God, the biggest iguana is having a little run right in front of me. I wish you guys were here. I don't know about you guys, but I love a lizard. I've never seen so many iguanas in my life, actually. It's so cool. Should I bring that back in a suitcase? Let's do one more. So lengthen the back of your leg, lift up through your sit bones. Sorry, I got really excited then. I do love a lizard, personally. You guys probably aren't quite as excited about it. On the way up, I want you to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings, slowly lift up, like you're lifting up with your nose. And then let's take the toes wide, heels in, Arms sweep to the sky, palms up, back down into Malasana for the next set of Malasanas. So sit your hips down. This time we're going to twist again, but the right arm's going to come up and we're going to externally rotate the right arm. So your palm's going to rotate as if you're going to hold the back of your head. You might even be able to reach the back of your head and then breathe in and give that right armpit a little sniff, which for me is not a happy affair. I'm not going to lie, it's not good. I've kind of given up on deodorant actually. One more breath. Roll the chest up and back. And then release the tension through the right side. Let's try the other side. Not very long in this one. Right elbow, right shoulder, inside of the right leg. Left arm stretches up. So use your right hand to sort of anchor you. I like to pull the ground towards me a little bit. Left hand to the back of the head. And then you're just kind of pressing the head back. Lifting and opening through the side body. Out of your tricep. All the way down into your hips. If you can feel it, explore it with your attention. And then left hand comes back down. Okay, so from exactly this position with your feet, take your hands either side of your left foot and see if you can spring your left foot back. You've got quite a wide lizard lunge again, but this time the right toes should still be kind of pointing out. Just to make sure they are, lift the ball of the foot, rotate the toes out. Now this is a bit like pigeon. So if you come onto the blade edge of your right foot, bring your right knee out and then sink your hips, you should be able to feel that a little bit more into the hip joint. Can you feel it? So if you are facing 12 o'clock with your chest, your right toes are now at sort of 2:30, yeah? And then gently, fists, palms or fingertips, slide the hips back, little pyramid stretch. So lift up through your belly. That's it. 2 more times. Sinking into this kind of little half pigeon type thing. And then shifting back, nice and soft, straightening the legs, just be gentle. Again, you can always do this on your knee if you need to. Last one. Now really work it and feel like you're doing pigeon because that right knee is really melting out to the sides. And breathing out, the tailbone lifts. If winging the knee out doesn't feel good, you don't need to do that. Now let's come back forward into that pigeon. And then see if you can go through either Vinyasa or even all day, but not a lot of energy. Conserve your energy. Having said that, if you're feeling like, oh, do you know what? I've been sitting down at a desk all day. I'd quite like to pump some blood around my muscles. Then get stuck into the Vinyasa. But just, do the variations that feel good. But let's have a go coming back to the top of the mat. As you come back to downward dog, let your right leg float. Big breath in. Right knee to outside of right elbow, little side crunch, coming forward into plank. And then right foot steps to outside of right hand. Twisting again, right arm lifts. Option to wing the knee out like we did in that pigeon. Half pigeon, half lizard. Left foot steps wide. And then let's come up to standing. So as you breathe in, let your arms rise, expand up to the sky, palms meet above the head, and then hands to the heart, just kind of recentering yourself. Let's turn the toes to point in a little bit and go into forward bend. Sweep the arms up on the breath in. Let's come back down into a forward fold. So toes, you're going to align the outsides of your feet with the outsides of the mat, the edges of the mat, and just melt down. Again, just feel that release every single joint in the back of your body. Try to imagine your head is like a weight attached to an elastic band, and it's literally pulling all the tension out of your neck. And then let's do the left side. So turn the left toes out slightly. Hands either side of the right foot. Step your right foot back as far as you can. So your left foot forward. So remember, the left toe is now pointing to kind of, let's imagine 9:30 or 10 o'clock. And then if it's okay with your hip, ask it nicely. You can wing the left knee out. So you come onto the blade of the foot, yeah? And then option knee down. Try it with the knee lifted because it does give you a bit more strength. And then on the exhale, shift that little half or full pyramid. So half split or pyramid. Coming down, the sole of your foot lift if you want a little bit more. So you're working really deep into the hip joint. And then gently stretching back. Use your breath. Let's try one more nice slow breath here. So breathing in. Opening and then wrapping the front of your body and then breathing out to sink back. Now, if you come forward again, your option, downward facing dog, or go through that Vinyasa, step back through plank. Now take your time through the chaturanga to build that upper body strength. You feel like you want to improve your posture a little bit more and work your back muscles, use the back muscles for cobra. Or, totally fine to do up dog if you'd rather. And then downward dog again, use your exhale. Think about the center of your body engaging as you breathe out. Fantastic stretch. And then let's take that left leg up. This big stretch. Swoop it to the sky. And then see if you can squeeze the knee to the elbow on the exhale. Get that little side crunch. Left foot steps wide. Twisting. This time, if you want to let the left knee wing out, you can. Let your left arm open up to the sky. And then left hand comes down. And then let's take the right foot to the top of the mat. And we'll just come up to standing from here. So right foot slides in. Take a fold at the top. So relaxing, releasing the backs of the legs. And then bend the knees, roll up to standing. So you can take a back bend. If it feels nice, keep your glutes a squeeze. Swoop your arms up so the upper body's chilling. The lower body's really rooting and strong. Hands to heart. Goodness me, I'm warm. How are we doing? Are we okay? A little tiny bit of strength work, yeah? Okay. Thanks, guys. Let me know if there's anything going wrong at my end. Like, I don't know, there's a scorpion on the computer or something. So we're going to pick up the right leg. I'm going to really squish your mat here. I'm actually going to move my mat back a bit because it's impossible to balance on this bad boy. So a little bit of balance challenge. Lift your right knee up to your chest. Interlace the fingers around the knee and just settle into the left leg. So bend the left knee a little bit. Find your balance. You can, if you want to, for this bit, use the wall, and you want to sort of come to the side using your left hand on the wall if you want to. Now, as you bend into that left leg, feel more stable and soft and lower to the floor, and then take your left hand on your left hip. The right hand can slide down a bit closer to the ankle, and then do that deadlift. But this time you've got your right leg lifted, so your tailbone lifts, keep your chest lifted, and just hinge the hips back and the chest forward, and then come back up. We're going to do 4. I know I said 3, but now we're going to do 4. Just because you can never do too many single leg deadlifts. So there's not too much bend in that left knee, just a little bit. The other same techniques. You're still lifting your chest and come back up. You can do this. 2 more. Bend the left knee, hinge the hips back. How you doing? If you fell out, that's the point. Oh, well done, well done. Come back up. Last one. Come on, you can do it. You can never work your bends too hard, guys. Remember, feel the length in the back of that left leg as you hinge forward. And then push down, feel the strength in the back of that left leg. Now, release your right leg, open out into a kind of hovering tree pose. So your right knee wings out to the side, and you squeeze the back of your hips. And then let's release the right foot down. And then take it out with music, guys. Done. Please stop. Let's do the other side. All right, guys, how's it going? Are you okay? Remember, it's only a little bit of strength, I promise. I'll say that now. Lift your left leg. Now find that soften of the right leg. When you bend your knee, strengthen your quads more, but you're also lowering your sense of gravity a little bit. So it does make it a little bit easier, just a little bit. Now, right hand on right here. That's going to help you with your technique. And then left hand can go a bit further down. I think I quite like having it about halfway down my shin. Now, as you swing the left leg back, bend the right knee and slowly bend the right knee, but not into a squat. With a bit of stretch in your back and then come back up to standing 3 more times. Now, really relax when you're doing this. The more relaxed you are, the easier balancing is. Keep your eyes on the ground. Use the earth as a reference because that's what your brain does. It uses your eyes to reference where you are in space. So when you're looking at the ground, you're always going to be balancing better. Now, your right foot might be feeling it. Mine certainly is. So just give me one more and just think about the strength that you're creating in your foot muscles and the arch of the foot. Last one. And then when you're ready to come up, push down into that right foot, lift the left knee and give me a little sort of floaty half moon. Open your hips towards the front. Oh, that is beautiful. And then release the left foot down. Oh, my goodness me. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Oh, yeah. I really quite enjoy that. But yeah. Okay, let's go through a vinyasa again. Take your feet so your toes are pointing forward. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back. Stretch out a little bit through the chest and the shoulders. And then push your arms back and down. Nice breath in. And then exhale. Let's stretch out the shoulders. A little bit of space in the neck. Just kind of squeeze any tension out of your wrists that you might build up so far. And then bend the knees a bit more generously. Let the hands plant down in a wide sort of push-up position. So your hands are a bit wider than your feet. Now slide your left foot back. Let's do some little push-ups. Option to take the left knee down. I want your right knee to put the point where, like last week in the Dragon Flow, you can sink your chest down to the inside of the right leg. Does that make sense? And then straighten up again. That's great. Now 2 more times. Bend into the elbows. So you're doing a little push-up. Look over towards the right elbow to stretch the neck. Straighten up. 1 more time. Good job over there. Good job. Keep it going. 1 more time. See if you can bend your elbows wide. Look over to the left elbow to stretch the neck. Get your chest down, your hips down. And then straighten it up. Now, right hand, left hand to the inside of your right foot. And then option down dog. Or you can go through Vinyasa. If you're feeling feisty today, you could have a 1-leg plank. Right leg extends back and floats as you lower down. Toes down, coming to up dog. Or cobra. And then downward dog. Remember, it can be as feisty or as chill as you want it to be. Just depends how you're feeling. Reset and then downward dog. Now this time, right leg, 3-legged dog. And then on the exhale, knee to nose, take the right foot really central down the middle of the mat now. So the right foot comes to the inside of the right hand. Look forward with the right foot and try coming up into Warrior 3. So it's a bit like a little single leg deadlift, Warrior 3. Right knee soft. Now think about the deadlift. See if you can bring your left knee up to your chest at the top of the mat. Let your arms be like wings. Hinging. And then release the left foot down. Excellent. Okay, let's interlace the fingers. So nice, slow and steady. Remember, just taking it calm. Breathing in, open up the chest again, open up the shoulders again. And again, fold. Toes point forward, knees soft. Squeeze the tension out of your neck. So remember, the more your brain is relaxed, the more your body's just nice and chilling. So like when we do the Qigong on the Thursday sessions in Yin, we're trying to let go of unnecessary tension and effort. Now lift your gaze to the floor. Take your hands really wide. Push up position, a little bit wider than that left foot. Slide your right foot as far back as you can. Let's call this the Spider-Man lunge. Excellent. Well done, guys. Very good. Now bend the elbows wide and just look down for this one. Just see where you're at. See if you can keep your body in one long line. And then straighten up. Now, as you breathe out this time, look towards the left elbow. Twist the neck in a nice way. So feel like you're unwinding your neck. Straighten the elbows, come up a little bit, squeeze your right thigh. Now look to the right elbow as you bend. So you can get your shoulders in line with your elbows. Pushing back up. Left hand to inside of left foot. Right hand comes a little closer for plank. And then you can either step back into downward dog, or you can float the left leg for 1-leg plank or 3-leg plank, one of the two. Or you can just do normal plank, knee down, plank, whatever you want. Your practice, basically. Make it as hard or as easy as you like. Take the options as they come. Let's all meet in downward facing dog. Nice slow exhale here. Think about down dog as a little sort of meditation position where you're resetting your brain. You're coming back into your body if you've wandered off into your thoughts. And then this time the left leg rises up as light as possible, and it comes really central between the hands this time. So let it be guided by your spine as your left foot steps through. Have a little look through with your left foot, and then float. Coming up into Warrior 3 or Flying Dragon. Now, thinking about the deadlift, so you can come up nice and slowly. Right knee lifts to the chest. Hinging, focusing. And then right foot down. Oh, blended. And then again, it's like you're shaking. Oh, shake out the wrists. Just any excuse to have a little jiggle with this kind of music. Jiggle it out there, guys. Give me some jiggle, please. Can I just tell you how? Can I just my face is so sweaty? It's disgusting. Okay, so we're gonna have a go at bounds now. So back to Malasana. So Malasana part 4. Turn your toes out of your feet wide. Might do this bit with you. You don't need to move. I'll just do this bit so you can see me better. So feet wide, palms up, big breath in. Or if you're already in Malasana, just stay there. No worries. Come down through into your squat. Excellent. See how you're feeling? Now let's try that twist. Let's go over towards the right leg, snuggling to the inside of the left leg. And then let's see if we can get this left arm, I'm mirroring you, in internal rotation, wrap it around the left knee. And what you can do is just this bit. So if you can't get the bind, so if your right arm does that wrap around, also internal rotation, you might be able to connect your hands, you might not. Twist deeply first, right? So you want to twist deeply first. The more you open your right chest and shoulder muscle to the right, the more you're going to feel that you can connect your hands. If not, just squeeze that left knee in. Now look to the floor. This is a challenge, but give it a shot. Look to the floor, bring your weight into the right foot, lift the left heel. Keep the bind or keep squeezing that left leg and walk your right foot in a little closer. Slide the left toes in and we're going to do 3 lifts. 3 little deadlifts. You can go back to the first variation where you're just holding the shin if you want. How's it going, guys? Are you managing it? If you fall out, don't worry. Get straight back on it. Bend the right knee. Little deadlift, looking forward. Guys, don't pop it if you've tried it. Oh, the log. You can do it. One more time. Come on. You can do it. One more time. Hinge it forward. This is nasty, isn't it? And then come back up. Oh my God. I'm going to trust that Marta and Annie and Pearl are doing this with me. All right, let's come back down. Come back down. Oh my goodness. And then release into forward fold. If you need to go back to do that previous deadlift variation, you're very welcome. But give it a go. A nice soft forward fold. Shake out your legs a little bit. All right, let's do the other side. Turn the toes out, sit the hips down, and just try it. Don't think about it at first, all right? Because that always ruins everything. I can hear people thinking sometimes, like, oh God, no, I can't do that. Oh, I could never do that. You've got to just let go of those thoughts and just give it a shot. So let's try the right arm first. This might be tighter on this side, so just try and press the right knee back, roll the palms, so the thumbs down, palm out, and then slide the right arm as far up towards your lower back as you can get it. You can do this just with the right arm squeezing the right leg in. It is a little bit harder. Or you might be able to take the bind. So twist as deeply as you can first. Take an edge grip and hold the wrist. Now take a little look down at the floor. Lift your right heel. And try and slide the right toes in a little closer. Take your time, don't rush it. Now look forward of the left foot to find your balance. And see if you can pick your right leg up. 2 more rounds. Go on. You can do it. Do it, Phoebes. Buns of steel. I've seen them. Seen them with my own papers. 2 more rounds. Go on, Arvina. You can do it. Buns of steel. Ronnie, if you need to chill, don't worry. I get it. It's late in the day. This is quite a lot of work for late in the day. Last one. It's a good job you can't smell me. That's all I'm going to say. That's really hard. Well done, guys. Let's come back in. Come on, this is a squat. That's so hard I couldn't even say that sentence. And then come to forward bend. Chill out for a sec. Oh, that was a toughie. Shake the hips with the music. Shake it out. Shake it out with the music. All right, this next bit. So this is just playtime, all right? Just do what you can. Any amount of progression is progression. So always remember that, right? Okay, let's step the left foot back into a long lunge. Keep your right foot forward. It doesn't need to be that wide this time. And then take that left knee down to the floor. Now, just one breath. Let's bring the arms up above the head. Palms together. And then just sit the hips down. And bring your palms to your heart. Just take a moment to soften that left hips. Just feel your hips relaxing in the center. So the right foot and the right knee are stacked. So you can just kind of chill out a little bit. And then let's bring the fingers to the floor. Now, to the inside of the right foot here. I'm doing the same direction as you. Bend your left knee. If you need a bit of extra cushioning, put a blanket under the left knee. Spin it over to the right. So think about tucking that left foot all the way behind your butt cheeks. Come to the left side of the mat. So this is like a half lunge and a half child's pose. Left leg is child's pose, right leg is lunge. Walk your fingertips off the mat to the left and then sink the hips back. So it should feel a bit like child's pose. You want to push your bum back as far towards that left foot as you can. Get this kind of release in your lower back. Just feel, so the more you walk your fingers forward and push your bum back, the more you'll feel a stretch in your lower back and your hips. And then when you're ready, lift the hips up a little bit. Look at your right foot. See if you can get a half bind. You want to get your right arm underneath this right leg as much as you can. You can probably just kind of stay here if you're very stiff. Holding that already, you can just stay here. Now bear with me, just go slow. Rotate the right palm up to the sky, thumb faces in towards you. See if you can take that external rotation and a little bind here. How are we doing? So just a half bind. So far, good. So far, so good. Sorry, humidity brain again. Now left arm. If you wrap the left arm around your back, you might be able to connect your hands. How's it going? Did you do it? If you didn't do it, don't worry, just keep the left hand on the floor. Now look at your right foot. Lift your hips a little bit. And if you've still got the bind, swing the left toes to the back of the mat. Yeah? Good job. So now you're back in your lunge. If you've not got the bind, just keep the hands on the floor with the right arm under the right leg. You know? It's okay to try that. If you've still got the bind, give your upper body a really good squeeze out of tension by really squeezing the leg in. Now let's take both hands to the floor. Now your option is to do a half flying splits, Ekapada Kundanyasana 2. Move the left knee back, slide the right foot off to the right side of the mat. So this is the half version. So the right foot, if the chest is at 12, goes off to sort of 230. But really engage the leg. If you want to do the full version, you've got to tuck that left elbow in really close to your body and further back. Yeah, so it's going to kind of hold you up slightly. And then you can lean forward, push down to lift both legs. Yeah, how's that going? And then you can release down. Bring your right foot out to the sides so that you're sort of landing. Do you remember that pose we did at the start where you have the right leg out to the side? If you didn't manage flying splits, just lie down on your belly. Put your right foot out so the toes point forward. This is quite complicated, this bit actually. Take it easy for this bit. We're going to have a little play. So the hands are going to go underneath the shoulders like cobra. Your right foot is extending out. Arch your left knee. Push yourself up and see if you can slide back all the way behind your left foot, coming into head to knee pose. Do you remember it? If you get really confused with that bit, just sit at the back of your mat, head to knee pose. How's it going? Over there. Okay, let's fold. So you can come directly forward between the right leg and the left knee. So your right leg should be straight and your left knee is winged outside. So you're coming down, a little forward bend. Just let your lower back melt. Soften the right knee a little bit if you tighten your hips. So your left foot's just kind of tucked in to the inside of your right thigh. Just relax. And let's walk the fingertips in. We're going to try gate pose 2. So if you want to try gate pose 2, lift your hips, slide so that your hips are in front of the left foot now. So your left foot's tucked out behind you. That's not working for your ankle. Just stay in head to knee pose, yeah? Right hand, I'm doing the same as you, goes on the left thigh. Whichever pose you're doing, whichever way your foot is. And then take the left hand to the back of the head, and then just lean towards the right foot. See if you can lift your right toes. It's a side stretch. I love this pose. So your right hand is kind of anchoring you on your left thigh. And then I like to use my right elbow to press my chest open a little bit. So you're looking up to the sky, leaning towards the right foot. Really nice side bend. If you want to hold your right foot with your left hand, you're welcome to. Then just take a breath to soften. See how much you can relax your neck. And then when it feels like a right time, release back up. Now, getting back to where we were, take your hands in front of you, and then just see if you can push your hips off the floor. And then slide the right foot in, step the feet back. Let's go into downward facing dog for a moment. And give your hips a little wiggle, press the mat forward. And then we'll do the other side. So again, just take it easy. If you want to miss out any of these poses, like the arm balance, for example, you can just miss it out. Let's take the left foot, step it directly between the hands. So you're coming back into a lunge, but this time on the left foot. Right knee goes down. Arms sweep up. Palms meet above the head. And just for a couple of breaths, try to let the hips melt down. A little bit of cushioning on that right knee if you need it. You can even put your arms on that left leg. With the knee stacked over the ankle, you should be able to sort of let your hips chill in the middle. So imagine that right hip's getting a good stretch. A lot of these poses are mostly flexibility. You need that space in order to get your body into these funny shapes. So the key is to not be too pushy or judgmental of your body, and just take any little tiny bit of progression as it comes. So let's bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. Now bend your right knee and spin it over to the left. So your hips immediately go back, and then you keep your left leg as close to the lunge position as you can. So you're pressing it out, and now I'm coming towards you, same direction as you. Fingertips go forward, bum goes back. You might be able to sit your bum on your right heel, you might not. It depends how flexible your hips are feeling today, so don't push it. And then just sort of find the space. I really like these sort of tribal beats because I always end up feeling like I'm sort of softening my body to the music. Now take a moment to feel the decompression. Imagine I love the analogy of a butterfly that's ready to fly out of its cocoon, and you're trying to find little tight bits in your body by expanding outwards into those tight bits. Try that in this pose. And then let's walk the hands in a bit closer, lift the hips up a little bit higher. Now just try this and stop when you need to. Left arm underneath the left leg. So you can get the elbow all the way out behind you, and then internally rotate the left arm. So you're trying to get your palm up to the sky and the back of your hand on your waist, back of the body. Now kind of shifting forward a little bit, you lift your right arm and you could try connecting behind the back. So you've got to open your chest, you've got to find the space in your body to get that connection. If you can't get the connection, it doesn't matter, you can just take the right hand to the floor. Now try that little squeeze. You can squeeze tension out of your chest, out of your leg, and then slowly and carefully spin the right toes back out into the lunge. Now you just kind of stay here for a moment and then bring your hands down and just kind of chill. Try the half version though, because the half version is not too hard. Basically, you're going to put the left leg on the left elbow, bending the elbows like that push-up position we did. Right knee goes back a little. Look at the floor in front of you and just slide the left leg out to sort of 10 o'clock. So that's a half, like a Pada Vinyasa 2. Quite a mouthful, isn't it, that word? Flying splits is a bit easier to say. I'm going to try the full one, so you can come with me if you want, like a sort of chaturanga arm. The right elbow sucks in and goes back, so the right hand's quite far back. Then you've got to lift your chest, push down, and let your legs fly. Or half, just do the half one's fine. You're going to let your legs kind of move out in any direction they want to move out. So now wherever you are, if you're in Ekapada, you can just lower all the way down so that you've got your left leg out to the side and your right leg out behind you. Do you remember like at the start? You're on your elbows to begin with. So the left foot is in line with the left hip and your toes are pointing in the direction you're facing. And just kind of find that little gentle lift. And then let's take the hands underneath the shoulders, like Cobra again. Bend your right knee. This is a weird transition, but give it a shot. Push yourself up with your body strength. Tuck your right foot in. Maybe walk yourself back to seated. You know me, I love a weird transition. You might be like halfway across the room and not nowhere near the mat anymore. You look like we've managed to do that quite close to the mat. I am now not on my mat. I don't know how much that. Anyway, let's fold forwards. The right knee's out to the side, the left leg is straight, and then fold. Again, just do a couple of breaths to soften. We're just playing, basically, with a few of these poses, just having a play. And if you think of it as play, and not necessarily particularly goal-driven, it becomes more fun. And sometimes you might do a pose that you didn't think you could, so don't let your brain put you off. Quite often the brain tells us we can't do something before we've even given it a go. We'll be really aware of those thoughts and let them go. Now, if you want to stay here for that little side bend, you can. Or you can walk yourself up and just kind of scoot your hips forward so the right foot is now behind. There you go, just see how that feels for your ankle, see how it feels for your knee. Left hand, whichever one you're doing, left hand on right thigh. And then right arm comes up and over. Nice and soft. Oh, feels good. And you want to sort of see if you can keep your right hip grounded, but you might not be able to. Now hold the head first with the right hand, and then you can really lean over with the elbow. And then if it feels achievable and you've got loads of space in your hammies, you might be able to reach the foot, but don't worry about that. Remember, there are no goals. Just rock the chest to the sky. It's like a twist, side bend, forward bend, down a back bend. Oh, it's not back bend, actually. Just a twist. Okay. Now push down through the left leg to lift up slowly. And then let's see if we can come back onto the hands. Ready? So you're going to pull yourself forward onto your hands. Whichever variation you're doing, just shift up as if you're doing a very, 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 very wide half split. Then slide that left leg in and go back to downward facing dog. All right, last bit of play time. Let's do one more bit play. Have a look to the top of the mat, and I insist you give this a go because it's kind of fun. Bend your knees, and then as you go cat, Reggie's just spotted a mouse, and you're going to go boing, and leapfrog your feet wider than your hands. That's it. Have a couple of those, mainly because it's fun. You're going to go boing. If you want to have a little hop like you're doing a handstand, you're welcome to lift your hips a little higher and see if you can float on the way. On the way back, so you want to lift your bum up as high as you can comfortably try. If you've got antique furniture in front of you, and just be careful, obviously, because it's fun. And then when you're happy with the width of your boing and you're in your Malasana, lift your hips just a wee bit, and then take the twist in a sort of slightly lifted hip version of Malasana. So it's a little bit more challenging for your hips, and then try to twist to the inside of that right knee. Left arm opens. And then try the bind. Right arm under right. Internally rotate. Left arm goes behind the back. And then try a little sort of twist. So you're going to lean a little bit over to the right leg. Twist a little bit, opening to the left side. Yeah? Now you can just stay here if you want, have a play. If you haven't got the bind and you cannot reach it and it's just not achievable, take the right hand in front of you and roll over onto the right foot for half moon. If you have got the bind, do the same, open out to the right, but try round half moon. And straighten that right leg as much as you can, and open the left leg to the side. It's really hard, and then it's fun to try. You look forward to the right foot, lift your eyes, lift your head. That's really tough. How's it going? Oh, well done. I always think about this as being like a real achievement if you can even lift the foot for a second. Forward bend. Come to forward bend, chill. And let's have a go at the other side. I promise we're going to chill soon. Nice long relaxation after this. So bend your hips down in line with your knees. Twist to the inside of the left side, left knee. Hit the bind. Left arm wraps around the outside of the left leg. Right arm wraps around the back. So get into the twist as deeply as you can. Strap. I haven't really offered you a strap so far. That's because I haven't got a strap, but you can use a strap if you want. I'm going to say though, if you can't get the bind, just do half moon. But twist first. See how much you can straighten your legs. See how much you can open over to the right. Bend the left knee, but straighten the right leg. And then again, you can do the bound version, lifting the weight into the left foot and opening the hips over to the right. Or left hand can go to the floor in front of the left foot, and you can do half bound, half moon. Totally fine to do that as well. Yeah, so do your thing. Have a go. Have a go. If you don't have a go, how will you ever know? I've got to be in my maximum balance space for bound half moon. It really is very, very challenging. Okay, come back to forward bend when you've had enough, which is probably pretty soon. Okay, playtime. Okay, last bit. Let's have a go. Now imagine we're going on a hike in this jungle here, okay? And I've given you a big backpack to put on your back. Take your feet nice and wide, frog squat your hips down, and put your backpack on. Your backpack straps are basically your legs. You try and get your legs as high up on your shoulders as possible, and then squeeze the legs into the arms. Now give this a go, guys, because you just never know until you give it a go, remember? So you keep walking your feet forward as high up as possible. Now look at your fingertips. Point them towards you, behind you. You're not going to plant your hands back, but you're going to roll down. You're going to roll back, sink your bum, sit on your elbows. Now you can either come up into shoulder pressing pose, where you tuck your toes together and squeeze your arms. So you've got to re-squeeze your arms with your legs. Or Titibasana, which is firefly, the legs are straight. And then worst case scenario, fall on your bottom. You probably wrong, guys, no end of the world, yeah? Because here we are on our own, no dramas. Did you give it a go? Did anyone manage it? Did you get, I quite like that. Because you got to remember though, you can't get your palms down, you have to just kind of adventurously roll back and then lift your bum and your chest. Yeah, did you have a go? I mean, giving it a go is the main thing. Let's have a go at, let's see if we can do tortoise pose. We'll see where we can get to. So imagine you're a tortoise and you're going to have a little, I'll come to face you for this bit. You're going to have a little snuggle into the ground. Take your feet wide, knees bent, arms under knees. Now, scoot your bum back with the music. And then slide your arms out. And then get your snuggle on. So you're ready? You're ready to lay your eggs. And so as you relax down, now you'll notice in this posture, I'm just going to put some more relaxing music on actually. You'll notice that the more you relax down into this posture and you stop pushing and forcing into it, the more your body will just kind of give a little bit, hopefully. Hopefully, such is the theory. It's a very, very deep forward fold, as you can probably feel. So be as gentle as you can. Now, remember at the start, we did that weird little variation of cobra where the shoulder blades rounded. Just think of that. Think about stretching your arms out. Nice kind of softness in your upper back. You've done some quite intense release for the back of your legs and for your hips. Just see that extra space. Just observe the extra space. And notice how this pose just brings you into that place of internal focus, like you're going into yourself. If you're finding it not too tricky, this pose, you can bend your elbows and internally rotate the shoulders. So you're trying to connect your fingertips behind your back, and then you kind of walk your feet together. And then, like shoulder pressing pose, you can loop your toes together and then bow forward. And then you actually literally look like a turtle in its shell. Internal rotation of the shoulders. Really quite a nice stretch if you can get into it. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? What just happened there? That was so weird. I think it just chucked me out of my own meeting there. Sorry, guys. Everyone at Ashka's house is already on their back. What happened? Okay, so let's join. Come back up to seated just for a sec. Come back up to seated. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. Come back up to seated and we'll just do this little on-screen wiper. This is really nice after tortoise. So have your feet wide. Doesn't matter which direction you're facing. The knees to the right and then to the left. That was really weird, wasn't it? It just completely chucked me up. Sorry about that, Sherry. No idea what happened there. Okay, next time your knees go to the right, I'll mirror you for this bit. Walk your hands over to the back. So you've got this really nice big twist. Lower back releases. Just get this nice release. And you can come down to your elbows. That feels nice. Just a really big twist that should feel kind of cleansing after tortoise pose. You can even come all the way down if you want to onto your forearms. Take a few deep breaths here. When you're ready, walk back up onto your hands. So the legs are in, it's a bit like deer twist in the end. Come back up to face me. Face the front and then roll the knees to the left. Again, same thing. Shoulder. A nice release. Chest moves. So you feel it all through your lower back. It should feel really good, especially if you felt those forward bends quite a lot. And then come down to your elbows, facing away from your legs. Just cleanse the spine. Close your eyes and take one more breath. Twist brings equilibrium to the spine, the hips. And when you're ready, come back up to face the front, the direction you started. Bring your knees to point up and we'll do just a little reverse tabletop. So press the feet down, hands behind the back, and just kind of open up. Back if that feels nice. And then slowly coming down. And then let's come onto the back and you can continue. If you're still feeling that, you can continue with some windscreen wipers. So you can keep doing these little drops side to side. You could take your legs in the air if that feels nice. You could do bridge. Just kind of cleanse whatever feels nice, basically. So whatever feels like it's bringing you to a space where you can come into a relaxation. And then cool down, relax for a few minutes. So if you want to put your legs on the bolster, that might be a nice option. Allow your breath to be kind of natural. As it starts to calm down, it should be quite soft. But just let it be what it wants to be. Get under a blanket if you're cold. Support your neck. Feels like it needs support. Just effortless, still, soft, natural as possible. There's no pushing or forcing. There's no doing, just allowing. your body to be. As challenging as the practice may have been, you can now feel the warmth, space, take a nice slow, deep breath into the bottom of your belly, and as you exhale through your mouth, let go completely. Every last bit of tension releases down into the earth. Every knot, take a full and expansive breath into the bottom of your abdomen. Feel the space. Feel every cell taking that energy in. Feel the warmth of every cell. Stretch softly. Come to seated slowly. Come to one side slowly. So take a stretch first. Just allow yourself a bit of time. No rush. Kind of natural and instinctive movements. Just see how your body's feeling now that the practice is finished. See how different the body feels. Take a couple of breaths to one side. Maybe reconnect with the intention. Come up to seated as softly and slowly as you can. Let's finish with 3 Om. Let's imagine these 3 Om, feel in the good work that we've just done, and help us to continue with this expanded focus, inward reflection. Keep working towards that expansive outlook, able to let go of the things that hold us back and restrict us. You have the hands to the heart, or a little bowl mover on the lap, whichever you prefer. Take a deep inhale. And a soothing exhale. Inhale 3 sacred Om. The light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Oh my God, I'm just going to get in the shower with all my clothes on, I think. You know when you're really sweaty and you can't, you've got a washing machine. Might jump in.